Welcome to this world.
Hey everybody, Chuck here. So I've been working on a leaky shower drain in my house from the second floor master bathroom down into the ceiling in between the first and second floor, and then into the floor, or the ceiling board, I should say, of into the kitchen. So if you can imagine, we have shower, floor, drain piece goes down through floor, in through ceiling, out through a U-trap, and then into the plumbing. All that is taking place inside the drywall, or sorry, the ceiling. So you can't see it, except that when it was leaking, we could see water coming through, pouring through, and dripping down here and making a mess, and wasn't good. So I decided to do a little work myself, and here's where I'm at. Let me see if I can turn the camera around here. Just quickly, right? There's the kitchen sort of, you can see a little bit of the mess, right, that I have made in doing all this. Yep, I did steal a Home Depot basket, sorry. But if you look up there quickly, I'm trying to find it, you can see a couple of holes on top of the refrigerator cabinets, right? Those were exploratory holes. I couldn't really see anything, except there was this sort of really faint, I don't know if you can see it very well up there, but can you see that line of water stain? Look, bends right there at the edge of the drywall. You can almost make it out. And at one point, it was so bad, it went all the way down here and found its way. It was clearly following a seam. So I didn't know where to go, where to start, so I just started right in there. So those were exploratory holes, and of course, nothing there. These holes, if I can get up here, I'm all the way up on the ladder now. You can see here, that's just my headlight up in there, that this area right in here, right in there, it was leaking. And so I did a little exploration, and I found that you see how there's this notch knocked out of this floor joist here, and then right above that you go into the drain system. When I open this floor up, for whatever reason, okay, this foam stuff, this spray foam, which you can see here all over the floor, like that, I had to peel out of it, scrape out of this thing. It looked like an alien oozing all down in here. Now, somebody at one time sprayed this thing, I'm sure, full of that stuff. The other thing that happened is that notch I was referring to right here, okay, that someone has previously, cut around this drain, PVC drain pipe to fit this thing. But this board right here, this was also a ceiling 2x4, and there was no notch cut out of this. Instead, it followed right along, and you can see, sorry, this is a little bit awkward, right there. You see where this U-trap meets the rest of the plumbing fixture. Okay, this goes up to the shower drain. Here's your U-trap, and then it goes this way out to the rest of the plumbing. All right, here we are at the top, upstairs in the bathroom. Straight down, you can see that sort of blue glow. So that is my LED headlamp that I have downstairs. And actually, if you look real close, you can actually see the wood floorboards of my kitchen being partially obstructed by the top of my ladder and the bottom of the pipe. The black thing is the ladder. And so you can kind of see down below, right? So that's the thing that needs to be sealed. And from what I can tell, this is a legit fixture and a legit bathroom installation, except for that part I showed you downstairs. I only asked a few people and read a bunch online, but it seems to be legit. So that's what I'm going to try to do. That green thing in there is not the blob. It is a washcloth that's stuffed in there. That is an extremely good tip for those of you who want to try this. stuff something in there, because when you're working on this and you don't want to drop anything down there, because it's going to go straight into your U-trap. I did. I dropped the tool in there that I needed to secure the O-ring, this piece here, that piece there, and I dropped it in there, and so I had to make a concoction. If you're curious, I took a tie, a big cable tie, fastened a couple of magnets on the end of it there with some tape, tied them up. My wife's hair tie to hold this together, but then I had dropped this down in there, undid it obviously, and was able to, whoop, right, just magnetically pick the thing back up. Now that's not the tool that I dropped down there. That's just a little screwdriver. But just to show you, that's what I did. So it was a neat little trick. It was like 10 cents, you know, to do it. Check this out. I just opened up my little grease stuff, ripped it open, and look where it landed. I kid you not. 100% truth. I opened it up, the baggage kind of flew a little bit, look where it landed. I'm not making this up. I swear to you, it landed in there, of course, of this entire place. Isn't that how it goes? You'd flip it open, and it would drop exactly dead center into my drain. If I didn't have that little green rag in there, it would have been a huge problem. Especially because that plastic thing is not magnetic, so I don't know what I would have done. Luckily, luckily I got that thing in there, so let me just go ahead and take this thing out. Okay, what nobody told me was, after I apply this stuff, how do I get it off my hands? And it was hard to do. What makes Teflon stick to the frying pan? How do you get waterproof grease off your hands with soap and water? You can see the holes over there, still in the ceiling, my exploration holes, some of my tools. And now we're looking back in this hole here. All right, there's the underside of the pipe. Can you see what we've done here? So what we've done is we have, can't point, this PVC pipe now, okay, it has been notched away, as you can see the notch in the wood right there, to match the notch right above it, has now been joined to the bottom side of this drain.
I have not seen this yet.
You are with me in real time here. Whoa! You know what I mean. I haven't looked at this yet. Okay, what do we got? Where are they? See anything dripping? I can hear it. I don't know if the microphone is picking that up. Sorry, that's not exactly a good shot of it. Alright, well there we are. That little bit of shiny you see is, remember, that silicone I put up there. Okay, look, my hand is on this pipe. There it is. Ah, better. I can't even move it. I don't hear any squeaking. I can't even move that thing. Ooh, look at that shot. Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. So the water's been going for a few minutes. It's hot. It's real hot. As hot as it can go. I don't know if you can see the steam in there in the air. Oh yeah. So it's hot. You know, the mirrors are fogging up a little bit. I know this is as fun as watching paint dry. But you are along for the ride. Now what happens if I carefully do not get my iPad wet? Remember, before, you'd hear all this squeaking. And I don't quite know why. I'll give it a few more minutes. I don't believe that I did this. That I have addressed the issue. I feel like I did not address it, and it's teasing me. So far, so good with this. We still haven't seen any leaks. I still haven't heard any squeaks on the shower upstairs after I ran the shower for a while and walked around on it, shifted my weight. In fact, I even stood on the drain, which I was nervous to do. But no squeaks, no nothing. Came back down here, felt around up there by that white U-trap, and it was still certainly dry. I could feel the water moving. Felt hot, didn't see any movement, couldn't hear any squeaking. So, well, I don't know. I guess I'm feeling good about it. So I'm going to try to go ahead and both button up all 4 of those holes, and then also try to take care of the water stain that you might slightly be able to see along where my finger is pointing in my drywall in the ceiling up there. There's also a little dot right here, and that is another area of slight discoloration when we had some water coming through. I did run the hairdryer up there again last night for a while. Seems to be pretty dry. Actually, when I touch the drywall itself, actually still seems to be fairly structurally intact. It's not like it's crumbling in my fingers in there or anything. And that's why I think I don't need to change that entire sheet, that entire panel. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to get to it, maybe sand down some of those edges, put some little fill spackle in there, sand that down, let it dry, and see if I can cover it with a coat of Kills and then a coat of sealing white.
I've put on these patches, if you can see. I know it's a little dark to see, but they are highly adhesive patches, that are sort of aluminum and carbon mesh something, and I didn't quite get that last corner, so I'm hoping the compound I have will just at least put a little thin layer over it so we won't see it. So I'll put the compound on, and we'll go from there.
This is the compound. It's just regular old joint compound, drywall joint compound. So, the directions are pretty straightforward, so I'm going to try it out.
Well, okay. There they are with the patch on and the drywall compound over it. I know it looks a little slappy up there, but that's kind of how it went on. It went on with like a flat knife, and I used a 2-inch and a 4-inch flat knife, and the angle was a little weird because of the top of the cabinets, but supposedly that's what it's supposed to look like, and I need to let it dry now for a while, for like 24 hours, and then I guess I can sand it down and hopefully make it nice and smoother looking, and then I can hopefully apply some finish coats to it. So that's where we're at. Our lines above have been getting less and less pink, so those will be ready to sand and I don't know, a little bit, and then I will apply the Kills as a primer coat, and there's a couple of nail holes covered, and that's my next challenge. See you soon.
Well, after some finagling, one done. Whew. Well, number 2 is up. So, I think they are looking pretty darn good, if you ask me.
You see what I had to do there?
Right? Those things, these didn't come with it, so I had to just buy these myself and just put it on with a regular machine, tiny little machine bolt, and can't see the nuts on the other side. Used a washer on these ones just to give a little more grip, because you can see that top hole there. It's not big by any means, but I wanted to use a small machine washer that I could. Machine bolts that I could. So, but then that allowed me to extend it right up into that hefty 2x4 to screw those things in, which I pre-drilled the holes, which is extremely helpful. Slotted to close this to close that latch shut, which is this kind of thing here. It just slides, quite simple. But you don't want to chip the paint. I just started to do it, so I stopped, and instead what I was using was actually this one of these little key cards you can get from the store, you know, because it doesn't take much to tighten it. And I didn't want to chip the wall. Now I think that because this lamp and that light the configuration of lights so far, I think are honestly highlighting some of the shadows and making it look a little bit more rough than I think it actually will look under normal daylight, normal lighting. As soon as I put that light bulb in that can, I'm curious to see. Without bringing a pro in, I don't think I would be able to do the drywall as best as a professional. I don't have the equipment, I don't have the tools, the skills to feather it, to cut it, all that. I mean, look at this mess I made just cutting these holes in there. So my thought was, well, I will put these in there because I found these products and see if I can do it. And that way, there's now going to be forever an access panel underneath the one part of this kitchen ceiling that I think is most susceptible to drainage and problems later. Okay, so, well, it's getting later and I'm cleaning up a little bit. So I thought I would just show you my new shop vac that I got. Looks right now. Yep, the fan's going. I cleaned the blades and finally turned the fan on only after I picked up all of the remaining dust, and my pain in the butt, Scampy, like I said, always ends up in the video somehow. What do you want? Nice and clean. The whole sort of work area, and from there, I mean, I can see the panels pretty well, obviously, in the ceiling, and I can see the second panel behind the fan circulating, but other than that, if you pan across the ceiling, not too bad. And this is sort of what the light looks like on it every day. So I'm pretty happy with the results. Did some cleaning, but I'll need to clean up a bit more. And I will just conclude this by thanking you for your patience and everything. It's been a challenge to do this. And I hope I learned something along the way, but maybe it was useful for you too. So I will hopefully see you next time, and have a great day. See ya.